Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Roseburg High School in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, where today we get ready for some high school playoff baseball. It's the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 6A state playoffs. It's the Roseburg Indians and the Sandy Pioneers squaring off here. Roseburg out of the Southwest Conference, going 20-6 overall this season, 14-4 finishing in second place. Sandy out of the Mount Hood Conference, going 17-10. And 8-6 in the Mount Hood Conference. They were the fifth place team. Welcome you in. I'm Joey Keeran. Along with me is Knight Jarecki, who will be joining us here momentarily. It'll be Kaylee Swanson to lead things off for the visiting Sandy Pioneers, and she swings away at the first pitch. The third baseman for the Pioneers fouls it off for strike one. We're underway here, just getting things started in this one. Swanson, a right-handed batter, facing the right-handed pitcher, Cambria Bachmeyer, in the circle for Roseburg today. Roseburg wearing the white uniforms, black tops, white pinstripe pants for the Pioneers. As another ball fouled off down the left field side, out of play here at the beautiful facilities at Roseburg High School. New turf field, first year on it this season, and let me tell you, it has been a fantastic facility for this Roseburg softball team. Continuing to make more developments to it as we go along. 0-2 pitch, high, a 1-2 count.
It truly is one of the most remarkable high school softball facilities that you can find here in the state of Oregon. The beautiful turf field, you got the river out towards center field. It's really a sight to see.
A 1-2 count here to the leadoff hitter, Swanson. She puts one in play, up the middle, caught at second base. A line out to get things underway here in the top of the first. That ball going to the second baseman, Hannah Bakke out there. One away as we get things underway in the top of the first in this playoff game. Winner moves on, loser done for the season. Swing and a miss by Katie Emerson, the second baseman for the Pioneers. We had Kaylee Swanson leading things off. She lined out to second base as a ball in for a strike, 0-2 count. The center fielder, Taylor Donahue, will bat third, followed by Ruby Merrick, the designated player, batting in the cleanup spot. An 0-2 count at the moment with one out for Emerson. She takes high. Continuing through the lineup in left field is Dakota Manor, batting sixth, starting behind the plate, Haley Watts. In right field, batting seventh, Maya Webster. The first baseman, Sam Holder, batting in the eighth spot. There's a swing and a miss. First strikeout of the day for Cambria Bachmeyer. Two away.
Really good start for Roseburg. Defensively, get the nice line out to start, and then a strikeout for Bachmeyer, who's looking to grow her confidence here as the postseason moves forward.
We had Holder, the first baseman, batting eighth. Michaela Howes, the shortstop, batting ninth. And the flex player is the pitcher, Kennedy Coots, for Sandy. That is a look at your lineup as we get our first lefty in the lineup. A ground ball right side, throw to first base. And we've got the final out here in the first inning. It'll go down 4-1 on the putout defensively. A 1-2-3 frame for the Roseburg Indians in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the visiting Sandy Pioneers. We can keep it right here as we take a look at lineups and get you ready to go. But before we get into that, I want to remind everybody that our expanded post-game coverage of the Roseburg Indians here in the season is brought to you by a few of our sponsors. We want to say thanks to Gibbs RV Superstore, one of our postseason sponsors, along with Southern Septic Service, Winston Auto Care, and also Roseburg Forest Products. Appreciate all of them. All right, let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians at the plate. Roseburg's going to lead off with Tara Singleton, the catcher, followed by Danica Opp, the left fielder. In center field, Mason Tabor batting third. Ella Martinez will bat in the cleanup spot, playing at third base. Sierra Singleton at shortstop, batting 5th. Hitting 6th, Cadence Ellenwood in right field. Cambria Bachmeyer, the pitcher, bats, has a ball up the middle. It's going to be a leadoff single for Tara Singleton. And already on, Roseburg will have the first base runner of the day.
It's quite the difference in pace of the softball game compared to the baseball game that we're used to at Champion Car Wash Field.
Yeah, it definitely is. Joelle Maddox, the first baseman, bats 8, and Hannah Baki, the second baseman, batting 9th for Roseburg. Showing a bunt, play to first base, will be there in time as the sacrifice bunt laid down for Roseburg. That moves Singleton into scoring position out at second base. Sack bunt there by Danica Opp. It is Coots in the circle for this Sandy team. As a quick pause in the action, Mason Tabor having a quick conversation with head coach Dave Blevins. A little bit quicker pace also helps that we started a little early. 12:30 was the scheduled start time. It's just now hitting that as the ball left side up the middle, gets into center field, coming in to score. No, they're going to hold her at third. A nice job for the defense for Sandy as Mason Tabor puts it up the middle. Not very hard hit, so charging in, they're able to cover, and that holds Singleton at third.
Singleton was about halfway down the third base line, was really searching to score that first run of the game. Did the right thing, though, came back to third base and is safely there, puts runners on the corners.
Just one out on the sack bunt. Showing a bunt. Back pick down to third, not in time as Tabor will take second. Stolen base. Pickoff move going to third base. Singleton back in. It's the cleanup hitter, Ella Martinez, at the plate. Rainbow-colored bat looking to do some damage. Ground ball up the middle. They're going to score one. Up the third will go Tabor. Throw across. Not going to get there. It's an RBI ground out for Martinez.
Really nice play just to put the ball in play. You get the run to come in and score, and really good base running by Mason Tabor to end up at third base on the play.
Tabor being aggressive, taking the extra 60 feet. And now with 2 outs, a line drive. That's a fair ball down the line. Into the corner, into second base, rounding for third. The play at third base. The throw goes wide of the bag, rolls to the circle. It's an RBI triple for Roseburg Sierra Singleton.
Nice opposite field hitting right there. Down the left field line, rarely do you see a triple with the ball going that direction, but you do right there off the bat of Sierra Singleton with her speed. She ends up at third base, and Roseburg firing early here in the first inning.
Yeah, she just got that one to hook down right on top of the foul line behind the bag, and that ball into the corner out in left field. Another ball into play, up the middle, got slowed down, throw to first base in time for the final out. The home crowd doesn't like it, but that'll end the first inning here. Roseburg will come through with a couple of runs on an RBI ground out and an RBI triple, but Cadence Ellenwood finishes it out with a ground out that will end things here in the first inning. We are through 1 inning of play. It is 2-0. Roseburg in front, 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Let's go ahead and step away real quick for a 1-minute timeout here on 541radio.com.
This is Roseburg. This is not your average career path, or yet another 9-to-5 desk job. And this is certainly not last century's mill job. This is the future. A modern manufacturing facility producing the most renewable building products on the planet and using technology to do so. At Roseburg, you will work among humans and robots in beautiful Oregon, the timber capital of the U.S. We're growing the trees and manufacturing the materials that will keep our homes and offices standing for decades into the future. We're looking for new team members, people who want to be our future managers, supervisors, and leaders. Visit roseburg.com/careers to start growing your career today.
Back here for the top of the second inning, it is 2-0 Roseburg with the lead as the first pitch now outside. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Actually, the first pitch, it found its way up here.
Our booth is apparently in play. Ruby Merrick at the plate there for Sandy. 1-1 count after that foul ball to lead things off. I'm Joey Keeran along with Knight Jarecki, covering some Roseburg High School playoff baseball for you here on 541radio.com. I want to say thank you to our playoff sponsors, Roseburg Forest Products. Since 1936, Roseburg Forest Products has been a highly respected industry leader known for its commitment to its customers, its employees, and the environment. Roseburg Forest Products, making lives better from the ground up. A ground ball into left field, a base knock for Ruby Merrick, the first hit in the game for Sandy. So a runner on to start things off here in the second inning for the Pioneers. It'll bring up the left fielder. This is Dakota Manor. That'll dig in. Cambria Bachmeyer in the circle. Readies to fire. Bunt attempt. Popped up over the catcher. Tara Singleton behind the plate. Two 2-0 lead here on a beautiful Monday Memorial Day weekend. Sun keeps poking through some clouds. It's I'd say a mostly sunny day for us here today. Showing a bunt again, runner off the bag at first. No throw that direction by Singleton.
We had the flyover earlier today.
We did have the Memorial Day flyover. Unfortunately, couldn't have timed it a little bit better with the start of the game. Could have made it feel like we were getting one here at the ballpark. Again, the bunt shown, taken, and the count goes to 2-1 here for Dakota Manor. Great crowd showing up for the first ever playoff game hosted here at this new facility in Roseburg. I do believe. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if I've got my timing wrong.
I think last year was the first year.
I would have said, yeah. That ball will be bunted foul down the third base line. I'm now thinking that, yeah, this is year 2 on this field, now that I'm remembering back a little bit, because...
Well, this is my first year, and I remember watching videos of this field online.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I broadcast the first ever game at this field, and that was last year before you were here with us at the radio station. So, yeah, this will be the second year of this field. It's a ground ball up the middle, a chance to turn 2. Step on the bag, throw it to first by Sierra Singleton. A twin killing up the middle. Singleton fires it over to first base as they cut down Merrick at second and then get Manor at first.
Really nice defensive play for Roseburg. Good start for Bachmeyer on the mound. 1-2-3 in the first inning, and now has faced the minimum through the first 5 batters after that double play.
Haley Watts, the catcher, will stand in. First pitch off speed, comes in a bit high. So Roseburg did have a home playoff game here last year against Tiger. Did not come out on the right end of it. So they're looking to try and get, I guess I should say, their first playoff win here at home. Swing and a miss.
A little bit ironic. Baseball gets to play Tiger today after softball played Tiger last year in the first round of the playoff.
Yeah, a little bit of harmony between the two there. That ball is smacked pretty well out towards right field. Going back at the warning track, Roseburg will make the catch and retire the side. So no damage done by Sandy here in the top of the second. No runs on one hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We'll step away for a quick timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
We got to be on the lookout up here.
Yeah, you do. Another foul ball hit our direction to start the bottom of the second inning. A 2-0 lead for Roseburg. Leading things off for the Indians will be the 7-hitter. And that is Cambria Bachmeyer, the pitcher, that is in there. She takes for ball 1 from Coots, the pitcher, for this Sandy program. Sandy coming in. Well, I was looking at the numbers on this one. I was curious to see how this would work out. This has been a team that has been high scoring as a ball fouled off the front ankle for Bachmeyer. They've been a high scoring team this year out of the Mount Hood Conference. They average more runs scored than Roseburg does on the season, averaging 8.7 runs a game for this Pioneers team. But right now getting shut out through 2 innings. Missing low, the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bachmeyer. Cambria will stand back in. Pitch bounces in front of the plate. Cambria Bachmeyer, honorable mention, All Southwest Conference selection, her senior season. Taking over in the circle for Roseburg. Here late in the season, getting a chance to throw some more innings. Ball fouled off again. It'll stay a full count. Battling away. Joelle Maddox waits on deck. Bachmeyer back in with the 3-2 count. And draws a leadoff walk.
Really good leadoff at bat for Bachmeyer, who's had a really strong start to the game. Obviously has put up back-to-back zeros in the circle and now draws a walk offensively as Roseburg, who's already scored 2 runs, looks to get it going here in the second.
Joelle Maddox, the first baseman. Lefty swinging away, pops it up towards left field. It's going to be playable in fair territory. And the catch made out in left field.
It's an aggressive plate approach from Maddox, swinging right away, a little bit late. Love to see the spirit, though.
So there's one away now. Hannah Bakke will stand in. Second baseman. Takes a pitch in the dirt. Out at first base. Bachmeyer hangs tight. Top of the order waiting on deck. That would be Tara Singleton.
Pretty good breeze up here, blowing out towards right field.
Ball fought off, 1-1 count. Yeah, you can feel the breeze. It actually feels really nice up here as the sunshine definitely, when it's beating right down on you, it's making it a warm day. Temperature's not expected to really get out of the 60s today, but in the sunshine sure feels like a beautiful day here at the ballpark. Swing and a miss. Runner takes off. No throw. In safely goes Bachmeyer to second. Hannah Bakke with a 1-2 count. Coots looking for a strikeout. Would be her first of the day. She will. Swing and a miss out of Bakke. Down on strikes. Back to the top of the order. Tara Singleton, who had a single to lead off the bottom of the first, will bat for a second time in as many innings. 2-0 lead for Roseburg. Bottom of the second. here at Roseburg High School.
Really good at bat for Coots right there in the circle. You can just see her confidence growing.
Pitch swung on, ground ball towards short, throw over to first base in time, and that'll retire Singleton. Yeah, it looks like maybe some of the nerves wearing off for Sandy here as they get a clean frame against Roseburg. No runs, no hits, there were no errors, one runner left on base. We'll go to the top of the third inning. It's 2-0 Roseburg here at Roseburg High School on 541radio.com.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Get your phone was getting kind of hot.
And it is, because it's quite warm out here on top of the roof. It's almost like we're standing, or I guess sitting, on a metal box. First pitch comes in for a strike. No balls in, a strike from Cambria Bachmeyer. Maya Webster leading things off, followed by Sam Holder and Kennedy Coots. Bottom of the order due up for Sandy. So far, the Pioneers just one hit in the first 6 batters. Second pitch from Bachmeyer. It's hit in the air out towards right field, and it's down for a base hit. Throw goes over towards second base from right field in Ellenwood as Maya Webster has the second hit of the game for Sandy.
Oh, nice job there. Another leadoff base hit. Can they pitch around it for Roseburg here in the third?
So leadoff single, and now here's Sam Holder for her first at bat today. First baseman in the 8th spot. Roseburg leading 2-0. 2 runs in the first inning for the Indians. Now the Pioneers going to answer at the plate. Bunt shown. It's bunted right back to the mound. Bachmeyer fields, throws over to first base. It's a bobble, and they're not going to get the out. Throw goes to third now as Webster goes from first to third on the play, and the error is going to result with runners on the corners.
A little bit of pressure applied here by Sandy. And we're talking about it there in the last half inning, a team that can put up some runs, and they will put some pressure on here with that sacrifice play. A routine play for the most part, but a low throw by Bachmeyer, and out at first base, Maddox had a hard time dealing with it.
So here's Kennedy Coots, an opportunity to help herself out. The pitcher in the box takes the first pitch for a strike from Bachmeyer, 0-1. So runners on the corners, nobody out here on the top of the third. 2-0, Roseburg with the lead. Coots gave up 2 runs in the first inning. Fired back with a 0 in the bottom of the second, and now an opportunity offensively. The tying run at first base. 0-1 pitch is hit down the right field line and actually caught by the first baseman for a double play. Nice play right there from Maddox as she fields it, goes to first and gets the out there. Keeps the runner at third.
Yeah, that was fantastic defense there by Joelle Maddox. Quick reactions to be able to grab that one on the line drive for the first out. Sam Holder, no chance to get back to the bag. Doubled off, 2 away.
So 2 outs, a runner at third now. And it's 2-0 game. Bachmeyer comes to the plate and fires in a strike. 1-1 to Swanson. So Swanson in the top of the order back up. Swanson 0 for 1 with a line out to second base. Bachmeyer's pitch. Bit up and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike from Cambria.
Kaylee Swanson led off the game. Line drive out to second base. Could use that here. Get 1 more out. Get out of this. Keep this shutout going.
1-1 pitch. Went high inside. 2 balls and a strike. So far for Bachmeyer, pretty good job the first time through the order. 1 strikeout. Only 2 hits allowed, and so far no damage. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch popped in the air out towards shallow center field. Second baseman Baki out to make the catch for out number 3. A little bit of traffic on the base paths. Doesn't matter for Cambria Bachmeyer. Puts another 0 on the board as we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The score is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Softball here on 541radio.com.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, it is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead. Starting to settle in a little bit after our quick start here at Roseburg High School. First pitch up and inside. Now 1 ball and no strikes to Danica Up. Up for the 2nd time now for Roseburg. 2nd time through the order, the 2-hole hitter. Sacrifice bunt, her 1st time up. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Upstairs again above the letters. 2 balls and no strikes to Up. Mason Tabor and Ella Martinez on deck and in the hole, respectively. 2-0 Roseburg with the lead. The 2 runs coming back in the 1st inning. Now Kennedy Coots delivers a 2-0 pitch right at the knees for a strike. 2-1.
Got a new pitcher in the circle now. It's Ruby Marek out there throwing. Oh, bunt attempt. Goes into the left-handed batter's box there for Danica Opp.
So Mark now into the game. Coots was the one that started. So Coots' day is done.
Try to get y'all any other defensive changes here.
Mark was the DP.
Misses low. Count goes full.
So there shouldn't be a ton of defensive substitutions with just the DP going into pitch. Payoff pitch. Grounded towards 3rd. Picking it up is Swanson. Slings it across the diamond in time to retire Opp for out number 1.
Nice job handling a routine ground ball right at the hot corner there.
Always the toughest play in softball, I feel like, because a lot of times those third basemen, they stand inside, like closer to the plate from that third base bag, and only about 60 feet of separation right there. It really comes at you quickly. So 1 out, nobody on, and here's Mason Tabor as she takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. Tabor singled her 1st time up, left-handed hitter back in the box for her 2nd chops. The 0-1 to Tabor. Looks at it. It's called the strike. 0-2 from Merrick. Merrick a little bit stronger of a pitcher, it feels like, out there. A lot more force. Velocity certainly seems to be a little bit up. The 0-2. Tabor takes a rise ball high.
Our coverage of postseason action for the Roseburg Indians brought to you by Winston Auto Care. Don't strike out with car troubles. Call Winston Auto Care at 679-8685. Your home team for auto repair for over 25 years.
1-2 pitch. Tabor swings and misses. No throw down towards first base. Just a strikeout for out number 2. It looked like Tabor was thinking maybe a chance for a drop third strike. Umpire did not offer.
Just the 2nd strikeout for Roseburg in the game. But this one the first for the new pitcher, Ruby Merrick.
2 outs, nobody on. And the first pitch up and away to Ella Martinez, 1-0.
Martinez drove in the first run of the game for Roseburg. An RBI ground out to shortstop. Right now looking to try and be the first base runner against a new pitcher.
1-0. It's fouled away to the first base side. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Indians leading 2-0. Bottom of the third inning, a game that got going about 7 minutes earlier than scheduled. Originally, we were thinking a 12 p.m. first pitch. They moved the game to 12:30 and kind of got right in that sweet spot in between. 1-1, fouled away, 1-2.
You got to be heads up around here. Foul balls flinging everywhere. That one goes buzzing by a young kid who goes to collect it. He's all happy. Looked down there, saw that ball go flying by him. I'm glad that the result is a happy kid.
1-2 pitch, grounded right back up the middle. Knocking it down is Merrick as she throws over to first base to retire Martinez for a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing going for the Indians offensively. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left stranded. We're headed to the 4th inning. The score is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead here on 541radio.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
So it looks like they've brought Ella Martinez back up. She grounds it to second and now throws to first, and that'll end the inning. So instead of a ground out to the pitcher, it's a ground out to second. Got right back in for that one out. Take another time out here on 541radio.com.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the 4th inning, it is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead. First pitch, it's whacked out towards right field for a base hit. Sandy going to lead things off with a leadoff single here in the top of the 4th inning. As it's a nice piece of hitting for Katie Emerson to put herself at first base. A good bounce back at bat after striking out swinging her first time up against Cambria Bachmeyer.
Third consecutive inning that Sandy has started off with the leadoff runner on base. 3 straight singles to begin an inning. None of those runners have come around to score.
So each team with 3 hits now, 2-0. Roseburg with the lead. And now here's Taylor Donahue. Grounded out to second base her first time up. Pitch from Bachmeyer. It's slapped on the turf, and it's going to be a foul ball off of herself. 0-1. You mentioned the 3 hits for Sandy, all of them singles and all just the leadoff batter after that point. Only 1 base runner, and it was an error last inning. It was a nice L3 DP to put 2 outs on the board, and Bachmeyer was able to work out of a jam.
Quick timeout called. I'm not sure if it was an injury one or just a conversation between Donahue and the third base coach, but they had a brief meeting down that third base line, and we're back to action.
The 0-1 pitch. Donahue takes it low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Chelsea Spanier, the head coach for this Sandy team. Last year, they made it into the first round, had to go on the road. They lost to Taiwan 4-3 against Southridge, looking to try and do better this time around.
1-1 offering. In the zone. 1-1. Bachmeyer with just 1 strikeout. Here's to Katie Emerson back in the first inning. Now Emerson at first base after her leadoff single. One, two. Down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Roseburg crowd wanted that one.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. That from here looked like a pretty good pitch. Heck, even Tara Singleton behind the plate asking the umpire some confirmation as to the location of that pitch.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bachmeier wheels and deals. It's grounded up the middle. Singleton fields, taps on second for 1 out. The throw to first. 1 hopped in to Maddox. No, she's safe at first.
Bang, bang play there. Just a hair behind on the relay throw, but a nice job to try and make a quick turnout at second. But a speedy down the line, Donahue able to beat it out for the fielder's choice.
So Emerson out at second. Donahue ends up at first base. A fielder's choice play. 1 out, and here's Ruby Merrick, now the pitcher in the game. Started the game as the DP. Now her second look at Bachmeier. First pitch swinging, she grounds it foul to the third base side. No balls and 1 strike.
So the trend will continue. The leadoff batter, 3 straight innings, gets on base, has not come around to score.
That's true.
Now still a chance to score this inning for Sandy, but it wouldn't be the leadoff runner that got on with a single. So good defense to settle back in after those leadoff singles by for Sandy. Roseburg defensively able to battle back.
Bachmeier's 0-1 pitch. Misses the zone. Fake throw to first base by Singleton behind the plate.
You know, the wind blowing up here at where we're at, and we're on the backside of the football grandstands looking down at the field. You know, I look at, there is some movement in the trees off in the distance, but the American flag out in right center, barely moving out there.
1-1 pitch outside. Fake throw to first. Throw goes to second, and the out is there. Nice play by Singleton behind the dish. Throws it to second and retires Donahue for the second out.
That was a great throw. Perfect spot. Quick tag. And the play made, although we will get a conversation here with the third base coach and the umpire. Our crew today, I always hate doing this because I feel like I always make the announcement of who our crew was right after a play that involves the umpires. Behind the plate, Joey Free. At first base, Mike Getz. And at third base, Brian Evans. Great defense, though. On a ball that was in the dirt, track it down. And Singleton came up throwing out to second base. And a quick tag right in time. 2 balls and a strike is the count after the put out on the bases.
So nobody on for Bachmeier is again the defense coming through. 2-1 pitch. Down and away. 3-1. Gotta say, it's a little bit funny being up here. It's kind of like that meme. Like, you know, people say, like, hey, ump, that was clearly a strike when you're sitting way a ways away. It's kind of what it feels like up here.
We're in the third level up here in the press box today.
3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Grounded out towards third base. Fielding it is Martinez. They throw to first base in time to retire the side. Well, an eventful inning, but nonetheless a 1-2-3 inning in unique fashion. As we're halfway through this ball game, it is 2-0. Roseburg with the lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on 541radio.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality fences, doing it right for you.
Bottom of the fourth inning, first pitch, it's a bunt shown down the third base line. Pick it up is Swanson. The throw to first base gets past the first baseman Holder, as ending up at second base on the play is Sierra Singleton. So had a triple in her first at bat and ends up at second base after the E5. So an eventful way to start this bottom of the fourth inning. Now the first pitch, it's a bunt, and it's bunted foul behind the plate. No balls and one strike to Cadence Ellenwood. So a runner at second, nobody out in this 2-0 game. Roseburg an opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth to extend their lead.
First error in the ball game for Sandy.
Each team with an error now after Roseburg had an error in the second inning. 0-1 pitch. It's lined down to left field, and it's going to roll down the line. Cutting it off is Manor, but racing around third, and in to score is Singleton. At second base with a double is Cadence Ellenwood as Roseburg extends the lead. It's 3-0.
Another ball down that left field line comes up big for the Tribe. That ball right inside the foul line and down into the corner. Long run out there for the left fielder. Had to slide to knock that ball down and make sure she got to it in time. A nice RBI double for Ellenwood.
First pitch now a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes to Cambria Bachmeyer. So the Indians leading now 3-0. Bachmeyer, just like we saw from a couple innings ago with Kennedy Coots, an opportunity to help herself when she was in the circle. Now Bachmeyer can help herself out here with a runner in scoring position. Bachmeyer grounds it, though, to shortstop. Fielding it is House. She throws to first base and beats Bachmeyer by a few steps and puts the first out on the board. So ground out to short for the first out, and now here's Joelle Maddox. Maddox, a left-handed hitter in the box. Merrick's first pitch. Popped in the air, out towards left field. In to make the catch is Manor for out number 2. So after an error and a double to start the inning, back-to-back outs on back-to-back pitches, a ground out to short and a pop-up to left field, 2 away.
Maddox has gone to that left fielder twice now.
First pitch both times.
Yeah, both of her outs.
Now first pitch to Hannah Bakke is down and inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
Some reprieve from the sunshine. Goes back behind some wispy clouds here for a moment. Provides some shade for those in attendance. Very great day. Memorial Day weekend. Great weather. Strike called.
1 ball and 1 strike. I was walking around downtown Roseburg on Saturday. It felt like it was pretty dead. Figured everybody was out enjoying the outdoors during this Memorial Day weekend. 1-1, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Certainly everybody's found their way to the ballpark here today. Good crowd. He got a little bit of a berm out towards the first base line, out towards the right field line.
Right behind the Roseburg the bullpen out there.
1-2 pitch. It's fouled off. And actually swing and a miss.
No, they do call it a foul ball. It seemed as if, at first, as if the umpires were going to play that as a ball in the dirt that got away, but throws his hands up late, says it was foul tip. Yeah, they did a great job here with the ballpark, setting up some of the fans down here in the right field corner.
Good standing section.
Standing room only area down there. Get a chance to watch it from out that direction.
Bring your lawn chairs.
Yeah, beautiful day.
Nice little spot right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's popped up, coming our direction, and it goes just down and away. Have you ever caught a ball while broadcasting?
Not while broadcasting, no. I have while being a fan. With a hot dog in one hand.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, bounced off the steps going up the aisle. Took a hop right at me.
Hopper.
And boom. Yep.
1-2. Gets in the turf. Advancing over to third base is Ellenwood. So a runner 60 feet away from scoring for Roseburg. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here on the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 Roseburg with the lead. 1 run already in the inning. And a chance for a second standing at third.
Roseburg hadn't had a hit since that first inning.
Ground ball to third. Swanson picks it up and throws over to first base to end the inning. But not before Roseburg can score one run off of one hit, one error, and they leave one stranded. We're headed to the fifth inning. It is 3-0, Roseburg with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Softball here on 541radio.com.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the fifth inning, Roseburg leading 3-0. Crazy, we're already here in the top of the fifth as the first pitch is grounded over short. Fielding it is Singleton, and to throw to first base in time to retire Dakota Manor. So one pitch, one out to start, and that breaks a little bit of a streak for Sandy. Leadoff batter, not aboard for the first time since the first inning.
And even if, nice job by Bachmeyer as well as the defense behind her to just manage having runners on base here today. They've done a great job there.
First pitch now, a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes from Bachmeyer to Haley Watts. Maya Webster is on deck.
The umpire had a signal there. I think may have been a kind of violation in the delivery to the plate by Bachmeyer. Separated her hands. I was trying to garner some information.
1-0, grounded to third. Martinez fields, throws to first, and retires Watts. 2 away. Good defense in the infield today for Roseburg. I know there is that one error, but overall, really solid stuff from all of the infielders.
2 away. And Roseburg now 7 outs away from advancing, getting their first round victory since 2019 when they beat Lake Ridge here at home. Different field.
First pitch up and inside, 1 ball and no strikes. It's a little bit fun both here and at Champion Car Wash Field. You kind of have the turf history and then the pre-turf history. Kind of breaks it up, the eras of sorts. 1-0.
Well, over at the baseball stadium, Champion Car Wash Field, it is basically pre-COVID and post-COVID now because the changes all kind of took effect right around the same time as the pandemic and allowed for that's the first season was kind of as we were getting things started back after all of that.
2-0 pitch. A little bit low to Webster. Now 3 balls and no strikes.
Speaking of the baseball stadium, do want folks to know, if you're fans of Roseburg sports, we've got a doubleheader today. We are streaming the Roseburg baseball game coming up this afternoon at 4:30 is when that game gets started. A pregame at 4:15. So if you want to catch some more playoff action for the Roseburg Indians, check us out right here on the video stream at 4:15.
3-0 pitch. Finds a corner. 3 balls and 1 strike from Bachmeyer with 2 outs and nobody on in this 3-0 game.
Roseburg baseball hosting the Tiger Tigers. Should be another good matchup for us today.
3-1, elevated. And that's going to be the first walk from Bachmeyer. He's really stayed in the zone, forced a lot of weak contact, and that at bat just got away from her.
Second time on base for Maya Webster.
Singled her first time up, and now the walk. Here's Sam Holder. She reached on an error her first time up. First pitch to her. Holder cuts right through it. 0-1. See a plane coming in, out in the distance, out in left field.
You can see it all from up here.
We'll get quite the view. 0-1 pitch. Elevated 1-1. I feel like I've seen a lot of people at the airport recently this week. I think they're expanding the runway, and so I know that they're testing out, I think, a certain number of planes to come in on it. Hit out towards center field, making the catch in center is Mason Tabor for the final out. Well, a 2-out walk puts a runner at first base. Webster's left stranded, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0. Roseburg with the lead here on 541radio.com.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at qualityfenceco.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
1 ball and no strikes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It is 3-0. Roseburg with the lead. Up the plate is the top of the order, Tara Singleton, leading things off for the Indians. Singleton pops it up behind the plate. It's the catcher. Watts making the catch for out number 1. Impressive play by Watts. Didn't rip off the mask. Saw right through the cage and was able to squeeze the mitt for out number 1. Gotta think that's one of the toughest plays as a catcher to make. Your limited visibility.
Yeah, and it's just coming straight back down at you.
2-hole hitter now. Danica Opp fouls it away. No balls and 1 strike. So a sac bunt and a ground out to third. The first 2 times up for Opp. Indians an opportunity here in the bottom of the 5th to try to add on to their lead. Pretty good pitching so far for Cambria Bachmeyer. Upper inner corner connects for Ruby Merrick. 0-2.
Roseburg looking to add some more insurance on top, 3-0.
Merrick wheels and deals. It's grounded over to third base. Fielding it is Swanson. The throw to first base in time to retire Opp for out number 2. So last inning for Merrick allowed a runner to reach on an error. Runner did reach on an error and then allowed a double. After that point, 3 straight outs and now 2 straight to begin this inning.
Yeah, she came in and has really settled things down.
Now here's Mason Tabor. Tries to bunt herself aboard, but bunts it foul to the third base side. 0-1.
The starting pitcher, Kennedy Coots, went 2 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, had 1 walk and 1 strikeout. And then they went to Ruby Merrick in the 3rd inning, and she's been doing a nice job, but has given up a run now.
Pitch down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. An unearned run, but it is still a run.
Yep.
1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch from Merritt. Tabor showed bunt and bunted it in the turf. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Actually, 2 balls and 1 strike. Thought it. She made contact from up here.
You know, the only thing we've been missing here today, you can see the train tracks go by just across the river there.
Oh, see the train?
We just need a train to go by. Timeout called.
I feel like the train only comes like when I'm on my way to work or on my way from work, trying to get home. Every Roseburg resident has experienced that. 2-1. In for a strike, 2-2.
Seeing some of the Roseburg guys, their game tonight at 4:30. Roseburg baseball players showing up here, coming up to watch this game. It's Jake Johnson and Luke Robbins, I believe, walking up here.
Yeah, it looks like Luke Robbins for sure. This one grounded foul.
So good to see the other team in the playoffs here today, out here supporting, getting a chance to watch. I think that's Dane St. Clair down the left field line out that direction, and might be Caden Austin with him out there.
And it looks like Dane with the bright red
Yeah, the
hair.
bright red hair stands out.
2-2.
Off speed.
Called strike 3. A strikeout for Merrick and an impressive 1-2-3 inning, retiring the top of the order. Well, it's 3-0 Roseburg through 5. We're headed to the top of the 6th inning with the Indians leading here on 541radio.com.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. 3-0 Roseburg with the lead. Matt Jarecki with Joey Keeran with you this afternoon. Foul off the fence. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, we're going to have the call for the baseball game coming up this afternoon. Game scheduled for 4:30 and pregame scheduled for 4:15 on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Live video simulcast right here on YouTube and at 541radio.com. 1-1 pitch, a strike. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kennedy Coots.
Michaela Howes, I believe, actually at the plate here. Howes in the 9 spot. Coots was the pitcher flex player to begin. That is Howes up there. Fouls it off. Makes it a 1-2 count. Howes a line out to the first baseman. That was that huge play back in the 3rd after giving up a leadoff single and an error that could have put 2 runners on base. It was a double play off the bat of Michaela Howes that was lined right at Joelle Maddox at first.
1-2 pitch, down and inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And for Maddox, it was kind of a little bit of redemption too. She was on the receiving end of a throw on a sacrifice bunt, and it bounced into her glove and she bobbled it a little bit. Almost made a great play on a bad throw.
2-2 jammed up the middle, fielding it as the second baseman. Baki, the throw to first, gets away from Maddox.
Well, just as I was talking about it, similar situation, a ball that was in her glove but didn't stay there.
So an error for Roseburg, the second error defensively for the Tribe. Didn't cost them the first time, but now the leadoff batter is aboard, and the top of the order coming up for Sandy. Team that has scored a ton of runs this season, but none so far today. First pitch now popped in the air out towards shallow left field, and it drops down for a base hit from Swanson. So an error and a single put 2 aboard for the Pioneers here in the top of the 6th inning.
Top of the order, able to finally get a hit there for Swanson. A little bloop single out into shallow left field. 2 runners on. We've seen what Roseburg's been able to do with runners in scoring, or with runners on base. Defensively, they've been able to stymie what Sandy wants to do, but you talked about a team that scores a lot. You look at it, their last game, 21 runs, definitely stands out.
Bunt shown, it goes to the third base side, and it rolls foul. So Emerson at the plate. Katie struck out her first time up and then singled in her last AB back in the 4th. So 1 for 2 day now for the 2-hole hitter. Pitch Grounded to third. Picking it up is Martinez and goes to first to retire Emerson. So a sack bunt. Advances both runners. Howes goes to third and Swanson goes to second. 2 runners in scoring position with an out for Sandy here on the top of the 6th. Most threatening the Pioneers have been at the plate today.
Sandy team has a win against the Mount Hood Conference co-champions Gresham, 14-3 in one of their last games of the regular season. This is a team that can play with some big teams. Roseburg did go 1-1 against Gresham during the regular season, and overall on the year, Roseburg was 2-1 against the Mount Hood Conference.
Really competitive Mount Hood Conference as well this year. 0-1 pitch from Bachmeyer. Taking a little bit low, below the knees. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to Donahue.
Mount Hood Conference sees 5 teams make it into the postseason. Barlow at Roosevelt tonight, Central Catholic at McNary, Nelson at West Lynn, and Gresham hosting Aloha. So a lot of teams get in, but their power rankings weren't very great, and that's what you've got out of the 5 teams in the Mount Hood Conference that make it into the postseason. Only one of them, the league champ Gresham, is at home. It's time called out to the mound. Dave Blevin goes out to talk with his infield.
Outfielders just out there.
They chill. They get to do their own thing,
yeah.
you know. Their mission's pretty simple. Keep the ball in front of you. Run it down in the gaps.
What do you think those conversations are like in the outfield?
What high five thing we should do?
What celebration?
What do we do to break up and go back to our positions?
What a lovely day.
Oh, man, great day out here. Great weather. Couldn't ask for anything better. I was worried that we might see a little bit of less than optimal weather, but I was way off.
1-1 pitch. Fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Donahue. So a high-pressure situation here for Bachmeyer in the circle. After the brief meeting, answers with a strike, and now a strike away from what would be her second strikeout if she can get it here to Donahue.
This could be a good spot to get it, too. Heart of the order here. Donahue, the 3-hitter.
1-2 pitch. Ooh. Looked good from up here.
Yeah, and once again, Tara Singleton asking for a clarification on where that pitch missed.
Didn't miss by much. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Bachmeyer gets the grip. Let's rip. Swing and a miss. A strikeout. Big second out on the board for Bachmeyer and the Indians.
Just a second punch out in the game for Cambria Bachmeyer, but it's a huge one. 2 away with 2 runners in scoring position.
And here's Ruby Merrick, the pitcher for Sandy and the Pioneers. Has done a good job calming the storm. Just 1 unearned run in the circle.
They're going to intentionally walk her. She's 1 for 2 today with a single to left field on a ground ball through the 5-6 hole. And she's the cleanup hitter. And they decide, let's not risk it. Let's put her on base, and we'll see if we can get Dakota Manor, who is grounded out twice to shortstop. They bring in a runner at first base for the pitcher.
So base is loaded and 2 outs.
Kaylee Swanson will run at first, I believe. No, excuse me, that is 42, not 12. That is Kiera Moffitt that takes over at first.
So Moffitt at first, Swanson is at second, and Howes is at third.
Biggest pressure moment of the game for the Roseburg Indians so far.
Got the tying run at first base. 2 runners in scoring position. Base is loaded overall, and the first pitch is elevated high. 1 ball and no strikes to Dakota Manor. Indians lead 3-0. And a great day in the circle for Bachmeyer. 1-0. High again. 2-0. Hasn't fallen behind a ton. Has 1 walk. It came last inning, and then the intentional walk to the last battle.
She's been doing, like you said, hasn't fallen behind. She's been doing a good job of filling the strike zone and letting the defense help her out behind her. She's gotten kind of routine ground balls, pretty routine fly balls for the most part. Needing one here.
2-0, high again. And now she's in danger of walking in a run.
And that was a huge play behind the plate by Tara Singleton. Up out of the crouch quickly. Singleton not a huge frame-wise. She's not very tall, and she had to range to get to that ball and not let it get by her with runners on every base. That most likely would have scored a run.
Crucial 3-0 pitch upcoming for Bachmeyer. 3-0. Taking all away was Manor, and she takes a strike.
Bachmeyer has not been the regular starter for Roseburg throughout the season. That was Jasmine Morales, no longer with the team. And so she probably hasn't pitched in a lot of big moments quite like this throughout this year.
3-1. Hit in the air out towards center field. Tabor back to the wall, reaches up, makes the grab. What a play out in center by Tabor.
Well, that's got him pumped up here. That was a game-saving play by the senior in center field, Mason Tabor, and it keeps it a 3-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the sixth.
3-0, Roseburg with the lead here on 541radio.com.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group.
Already back to action as we begin the bottom of the sixth inning with a ball thrown. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, they didn't waste no time. 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. I feel like we're always waiting at Champion Car Wash Field. Baseball season here, they just roll right through it.
Roseburg, big defensive play to finish off the top half of the sixth here in the last half. Can they keep the momentum going? 2-0.
In the zone for a strike, elevated pitch, 2 balls and a strike. Really great play by Mason Tabor. It was good contact by Manor. Sent it for a ride, but a good defensive play in center prevents potentially 3 runs from coming in and tying the game. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes from Merrick. Like you said, a game-changing play.
Yeah, and I mean, that ball hit to one of the deepest parts of the park, and man, it could have also been over the fence almost.
Ground ball to second. Fielding it is Emerson. She goes to first to retire Ella Martinez for out number 1.
I know it didn't quite have the distance to get there, but that ball, it was given a ride, and man, I'm sure that most fans in the stands holding their breath for a brief moment as that ball sailed towards center field. And great job defensively by Mason.
So here's Sierra Singleton, first pitch. In for a strike on 1. And the other thing that you got to think about is they intentionally walked Merrick, and that loaded the bases. If that ball goes over the fence
or gets down, man, changes the whole ball game here.
0-1, up and away, 1-1. If it gets down, probably 3 runs come in and score.
Good chance.
It's a tie game. If that ball goes over the fence, could have given Sandy the lead.
And all of the momentum.
1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch to Singleton. Grounds it to third. Fielding it is Swanson and goes to first to retire Singleton for out number 2.
Tried to catch the defense a little off guard, lay down that drag bunt, see if she could speed her way on base. Just not quite there.
You always get that little bit of an advantage as a left-handed hitter.
Winner of this one moves on to face Grants Pass and Forest Grove Wednesday. If it's Roseburg, they should be hosting a game here once again in the second round. Roseburg went 2-1 against Grants Pass, by the way, in the regular season. Did not play Forest Grove this year.
Pitch in for a strike, 0-1.
Cadence Ellenwood, huge RBI double last time up.
Brought in Sierra Singleton. That was in the 4th. Now the 0-1. Outside, now 1 ball and 1 strike. In fact, actually, Roseburg, they swept Grants Pass in the final 2 games of the regular season on Senior Day, winning 5-2 and 11-5. Cambria Bachmeyer went the distance in game number 1 in that 5-2 victory. This one's lifted in the air deep towards center field, heading back to the wall. It's gone! Ellenwood clears it, and the Indians lead 4-0.
Have a day, Cadence Ellenwood. Ellenwood clears the right field fence, the second team all-conference selection, just a sophomore. An RBI double and follows it up with a solo shot.
Really good sophomore season for Ellenwood. Honorable mention last year. Developed a little bit more this year as a sophomore, like you said, just a sophomore. And
well, now we've got the umpiring crew to get together here for something. Not sure what they necessarily could be discussing, but what pops to mind is, did Ellenwood miss a base? Was there some sort of violation with Roseburg coming out to celebrate at home plate as she was coming in to score? I just hope it's not something like that.
Don't want to take away the moment.
That would be huge. Yeah, and I think it was that there was an appeal of some sort on whether or not Ellenwood maybe touched every base, and they rule her safe. So it does count. Solo homer.
First home run of the day. So 4-0, Roseburg with the lead. 2 outs, and now a ground ball gets past the shortstop house into left field. A single for Cambria Bachmeyer.
And see, this is exactly why that play by Mason Tabor was so huge. Because if Bachmeyer had given up a hit like that, like a grand slam or a 3-run ball off the wall, what does that do to her confidence in the circle? She had been doing so well. If she gets roughed up and gives up a few runs in that top half of the 6th inning, what's it do for her confidence? Just like it seems like Ruby Merrick, her confidence may be a little bit shaken after giving up a long ball.
So Avery Stanton's going to go run at first base for Bachmeyer.
Runner for the pitcher.
Joel Maddox now coming in to hit. So runner at first, 2 outs. The pitch from Merrick. A bit low, 1-0. And you love the extra insurance here in the bottom of the 6th, heading into the 7th for Roseburg.
Looking at that 7th inning, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for Sandy: Watts, Webster, and Holder.
1-0 pitch. Swung right through. 1-1.
Hey, on the softball topic, congratulations to University of Oregon softball making it to the Women's College World Series. They play on Thursday against UCLA.
1-1. Grounded foul, 1-2.
I know you're excited about that night.
Yeah, really excited about them. Got to call the team all of last season, and really remarkable to see what Coach Lombardi has done with the team this year. A lot of seniors graduating last year. 8 seniors last year, and they didn't miss a step. 1-2. Grounded foul. Stays alive.
They're in the second bracket in the Women's College World Series. Texas Tech and Ole Miss, the other 2 teams in that 4-team bracket. Might have to see when we get back into the office tomorrow, start out our work week. I'm not sure if there might be a way to try and get some coverage of that. I don't know. We'll see.
Foul. Well, I can tell you KWVA is going to be on the call.
I know that, and I know that Westwood One has coverage of the Women's College World Series as well, and it would be fun. The one thing I'm not sure is if we have the airtime available to do it, with hopefully some playoff sports going on for Roseburg, as well as Oregon State and Oregon baseball in their regionals, which was just announced.
1-2, fouled away. Yeah, the Ducks are going to be hosting, as well as the Beavers. Beavers a national seed, so they're going to host a super regional if they get that far.
Yeah, good baseball season, good softball season here in the state. A lot of fun stuff there at the college levels.
I believe Portland may have made the tournament as well.
Oh. 1-2.
Fouled off. Well, I guess got past the catcher, and I guess it wasn't fouled off. It's just going to be Maddox ending up at first base with a drop third strike.
She was out in front of an off-speed pitch and whiffed at it, but it got by. It was so slow, it also got the catcher all twisted up. And so, yeah, drop third strike, allowing a runner to get on for Roseburg and 2 runners and allow this inning to continue.
That advances Stanton into scoring position, so Roseburg, again, still an opportunity here to add on to their lead with Hannah Baki coming up to the plate. So 4-0 still, though. Roseburg with the lead. Merrick delivers a pitch below the knees. Now 1 ball and no strikes to the 9-hole hitter. So far today, a strikeout and a ground out to third. Actually, this is, I believe, Haber?
Yeah, this is a new batter here. This is Angela Haber, a junior, batting for Hannah Baki.
So this is Haber batting for Baki, who again is 0 for 2 with the strikeout and ground out. Now a ground ball through the 5-6 hole into left field. Stopping at third base is Stanton, and the bases have become loaded for Roseburg.
And the top of the order coming up. Nice job by Haber to send it back up. Her 1 appearance, she does not waste it.
So bases loaded, and now Tara Singleton is going to be coming back up to the plate for the 4th time today. 7th batter of the inning for Roseburg.
Singleton a single in her first at-bat. Eventually came around to score in the first inning to give Roseburg that 1-0 lead. Now can she get another hit and see if she can stretch this one out.
First pitch. Singleton pops it up out towards left field. Manor drifts into the alleyway and makes the catch for the final out. While the bases are left loaded after a total of 3 hits, 1 run, and 1 error. We'll now head to the 7th inning. Roseburg trying to close it out. The score is 4-0 as we head to the 7th here on 541radio.com.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 7th inning. First pitch. It's popped up and out of play out towards our left side. Almost hit a kid that's sitting out there watching something on the phone. I hope it's our game. I hope it's our broadcast.
He could put the phone down and watch the actual game in front of him if he'd like.
But maybe he wants to listen, you know? No balls and 1 strike. Here's Bachmeyer. The pitch is fouled away by Haley Watts. No balls and 2 strikes to Watts. Fly out to right field and a ground down to third so far.
Watts, Webster, Holder due up here between the 3 of them. Webster, the only one that has gotten on base with a hit. She is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single in this one. And right now, Sandy needs them all.
0-2, just off the edge of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bachmeyer is looking for a 3rd strikeout.
4-0 lead. It's got to be a big one here for the Pioneers, or their season is coming to an end.
Bachmeyer ready. Wheels and deals. It's lifted in the air out towards right field. In a few steps is Ellenwood. Makes the catch for out number 1.
The big bat of Cadence Ellenwood really helping this one, but as it stands right now, Cambria Bachmeyer and the Roseburg defense, they've only needed just 1 run to keep this one in their favor. Defense has been playing huge, and Bachmeyer in the circle has been coming up big.
Defense has been really good today despite the 2 errors. They've really made up for it and have gotten their fair share of good plays in for the afternoon.
Pitch high for ball 1 here to Maya Webster. She's been the one that has done some damage in this game. Single her first time up and a walk the last time.
1-0 pitch. High again. 2 balls and no strikes.
In fact, the 7, 8, 9 hitters have been doing most of the job of getting on base here. They've been able to find their way on. Sam Holder on deck, got on with an error. Michaela Howes reaching on an error as well.
2-0. Just misses again. 3 balls and no strikes. I believe just the second time today that Bachmeyer's found herself in a 3-0 hole. 3-0 offering. In the turf.
Walked her again.
Both times I believe it's been Webster with the 4-pitch walk.
It's the 3rd walk allowed by Bachmeyer. One of those was an intentional walk to Ruby Merrick last half inning. And then the other 2 have both been to Webster.
So a runner at first, 1 out in this 4-0 game. Sandy still with life. Still some outs to work with. Sam Holder swings, grounds it back to Bachmeyer, goes to 2 for 1. The throw to first base. In time! The Indians win! 4-0 the final as the Indians turn 2. And it's a complete game shutout for Cambria Bachmeyer.
What a job on that turn. Almost a little bit of a hesitation, but Sam Holder couldn't get down the line quick enough. Beat out by just a hair on the throw, and that does it for the season for the Pioneers. A good one at 17-10. They'll finish 17-11. And they definitely came in and they went toe-to-toe with Roseburg, but a couple of big at-bats for the Tribe. And they were able to pull away and win this one. And bats are always going to get the highlight, but how about the defense and the pitching? They did it in all 3 phases here today.
They really did. And, Cambria Bachmeyer today, the complete game shutout, only allowed 4 hits. The defense did have 2 errors, but, they made up for it, turned a couple of double plays. They obviously end the game on a double play here, but they also had that really crucial line out double play, and then they had the 6-3 double play back in the second. So 3 double plays in this game. And what a celebration right now for Coach Blevins and the Indians. Look at him soar.
Having some fun out there, and that is what it is all about. We do want to say that our expanded coverage of Roseburg in the postseason is brought to you by Roseburg Forest Products, by Winston Auto Care, Gibbs RV Superstore, and Southern Septic Service. And a big shout out to Roseburg High School, the school district helping make this possible. They helped us cover the costs of the broadcast right fees to be able to do the stream for you here today. So their support helping make this possible to bring you coverage in the postseason of the Roseburg Indians. Big win here today night, and now we wait. This was one of the earliest 6A playoff games on the schedule today, so now Roseburg gets to sit back and wait and see who they play. That game's at Grants Pass, if I'm not mistaken. I would think so. Grants Pass, I believe, is the higher seed. Let's see here. No, it's at Forest Grove.
It's at Forest Grove.
So that would be a bit of a trip. I was going to say maybe they even decide to go try and travel to go watch the game since they've got time. Maybe they do. I don't know. But
I believe that the Indians did play at Forest Grove at the beginning of the season. That was the game, or was it McMinnville they were rained out of? They had to go up there to McMinnville, Forest Grove area.
Probably was McMinnville because that's who baseball played, so I'd imagine it'd be the same opponent. But nonetheless, they've got a chance to sit back, relax through the afternoon, and find out who they're going to be playing coming up on Wednesday. It'll be here at home. No matter what happens on the other side of the bracket, they would be the lower seed, and they would get the chance to host for a second consecutive playoff game. And what an opportunity for the Roseburg girls.
So a really good win here today for Roseburg. Cambria Bachmeyer, a total of 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, no runs for her. Gave up 3 walks, although 1 was intentional, and only 2 strikeouts in the afternoon. But really good work in the circle to work through traffic and navigate their way to a 4-0 victory today for Roseburg. 2 runs in the first inning. They got the party going early on and kept it up throughout. And how about Cadence Ellenwood today? A couple of big hits for her.
Oh, for sure. Drives in 2. One coming in on a double in the 4th inning. And then the solo home run in the 6th to add another run on the board for the Indians. Big at-bats there for her. She goes 2 for 3 on the day with a double and a home run and 2 RBI plus a run scored. A triple for Sierra Singleton, driving in a run in the first. Roseburg with 7 hits total in this one. And those were some of the biggest ones in this game. Trying to see here. Tara Singleton, Mason Tabor, both with singles in the first inning. You had Bachmeyer with a single in there, and Angela Haber with a pinch hit single towards the end of the ball game as well. So a little bit of everybody getting in on the offensive action, but the big bat for Cadence Ellenwood comes up big for the Roseburg Indians.
We got more sports coming up here on The Score. If you're watching online, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. You can also stay on 541radio.com on our page where you can go to watch Roseburg High School sports. We have the baseball broadcasts scheduled for 4:15 p.m. Pregame coverage starting then. First pitch is scheduled for 4:30 at Champion Car Wash Field. That one also going to be on the radio on 92.3 and 1490 AM, so we're going to have that on the radio as well as our live video simulcast coming up again later on this afternoon at Champion Car Wash Field. The softball team advancing to the second round. Last year they lost to Tigard, and now the baseball team looks to get revenge for the softball team from last year as they face off against the Tigers this afternoon. Should be a good one.
Yeah, I think this will be a fun matchup for the Roseburg boys coming up here. Tigard out of that Three Rivers League, always a tough one up there. Roseburg had as always, a tough schedule in the Southwest Conference, so I expect them to be battle-tested. And I need to confirm it, but I do believe it's a former Roseburg Indian that is coming back as the head coach of Tigard to Champion Car Wash Field to coach against his former coach in Boog Leach. And so if that, I think that's the case. But,
I believe it is.
I'm pretty sure.
The little bit of research that I did is I found an article of when he was introduced as the Tigard head coach, and it said that he was an assistant coach at Western Oregon, and I found a bio that said Boog Leach at Western Oregon.
Okay.
So I assume it's the same guy. If not, then there's 2 guys, very similar names.
Yes. So I'm pretty sure about that, and I'm excited about that. But the baseball game should be a good one, and I think it'll be an interesting kind of dynamic to that game if you've got a head coach that played in that stadium previously and against this coaching staff. He played for this coaching staff. That should make it for an interesting dynamic as we get ready for baseball coming up this afternoon. But what a day for us. It is Memorial Day, and we got a chance to spend it at the ballpark almost all day long. I think that's what people pay tickets to go do this kind of stuff. We get to do it for we get to claim it as working today, I guess we should say. But fantastic day. Congratulations to Roseburg Softball. I got a feeling we might be back here coming up on Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see if they invite us back. I think they might. So looking forward to that, and we'll see what is the matchup for that when it all finishes up here later on today.
So that'll do it for us for game number 1 this afternoon. Again, we got baseball coming up at 4:15 p.m., so stick around for that. Roseburg wins it 4-0 thanks to excellent defense and good pitching from Cambria Bachmeyer and really timely offense for the Indians today as they advance to the second round for the first time since 2019. Special thanks to Adam Blue, the athletic director here at Roseburg High School, getting us up here to the press box. A nice, beautiful spot.
Press box with air quotes.
Press box with air quotes. We're on top of the roof. It's still a great view.
The open air press box.
One of the best venues here in high school softball in the state of Oregon. Indians win 4-0. To my color commentator, play-by-play man Joey Keeran, I'm Nate Jarecki saying so long from Finley Field and the softball complex here at Roseburg High School. We'll see you over at Champion Car Wash Field later on this afternoon.